Just getting my setup ready here. We'll get a good show today. We're gonna have a good show today. All right. Make I turn on this small device here. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Please like and share if you're here. Feel free to like and share. We're gonna have a good show today. Like we always do, right? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. We don't set our timer so that we'll go keep track of time, you know. Make sure we have a good show today. All right. All right. Hope so everybody's Sunday go well. Nigerians, like I always say, right? Some of us day Monday, some of us day Sunday, some of us day Saturday. Anywhere you day for this world. As a Nigerian, I greet you, I salute you. You know easy to be Nigerian. You know easy to be Nigeria. It's not easy. Being a Nigerian is a very difficult task in 2026, you know. Anyway, I greet everybody where they're here so far. We're gonna have a good show today. Let's click that like button. And if you've not followed me yet, please just help me and click the follow button or subscribe button wherever you're watching from. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, we're not on Instagram, but we're on Twitch. We're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Which other one? Twitch, right? So wherever you're watching from, please feel free to like, follow, share, all that good stuff. And so that we could get more people here to join this conversation. Let us talk about it. And, the one way prompted me to talk about this one, right? Now, the one, I don't know if it was yesterday it happened, but I came across the news yesterday, so I'm like, this is kind of edgy, you know. Say now I be the borderline man now. You know, anything where they edgy now they are why they go. Anything where they edgy now they are why they go now. You know that go. If it's not edgy, I'm gonna stick to the boring stuff like tomatoes and palm oil and 10,000 jobs. You know that go, all those boring stuff. But the ones where they edgy. Now they are now why they rush, they go. You know what I go? So those are the things that, I saw it and it was interesting. I'm like, definitely. Someone has to talk about it, right? Oh my dear man. Oh my dear man. You that go. I was on a show yesterday. Shout out to Abasul. It wasn't his show per se, but now because of I saw him live, so I went there and shout out to Abasul. I was there and that's when I got to learn about the story, and I did my research, and I'm like, this is an interesting topic, we need to talk about it because that's something where, it's like something that it happens, but you're not allowed to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happened for our very before. But you're not allowed to talk about it because if you talk about it, you get the line where you go cross and say, tribalist. You know what I'm saying? Tribalist. Man, screw that, man. Let's talk about it, Not all that edgy stuff. Now we're going to talk now. Any edgy stuff, bring it to me. I know how to talk about it. We're going to talk about articulate the best that we can so that we stay on the other side of the, the line there here. We'll go to this side. We'll go make sure we don't cross over to this side. You oughta go. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Just dive in, deep dive, talk about the Facebook post and also go into his life because his life is also public. It's on Facebook. At least a few minutes ago it was public. Hopefully the person never give him updates. Say this Biapalo man, Ingo block him. Right now it's still public. At least last I checked. So hopefully it's still gonna be public when I get into that phase of the show or that segment of the show. And we'll talk about it. It's what it is. Anyway, I hope everybody Sunday go well. I hope everybody they do well. I hope everybody they drink water. I'm drinking my own. Drink something. Just be hydrated. Stay hydrated, because it's very important that you're hydrated, right? We are gonna get into it in a moment. Make us see how many likes we get so far. I'm sorry, not ice. I'm sorry about that. That's not nice. I know it's supposed to be truth on our ear. Sorry about that. Let me see how many likes we have here and 2.5k likes. All right, I think that's sufficient. That's sufficient. Yotago, that's sufficient. Let's get into it. Let us get into it, right? Listen. By the way, make I first greet everybody where they are. I thank you guys for being here. We're gonna have a good show. I'm going to go over what I think about the situation and how I think we can remedy it and move forward. Yotago, as Nigerians, because now Nigerians will be at the end of the day, right? So how I think we can remedy it and keep living as Nigerians. Yotago, especially in this period. But listen, this show I'm not here to say this show is not me saying Yoruba people are xenophobic. That's not what I'm saying. I want to put that one out. I might not say it again till the end of the show. So I want to say it now. If you come late, hear it again. I'm not saying Yoruba people are xenophobic. That is not what I'm saying. But hear me out. The conversation is about whether we have xenophobic attitudes, whether it exists among us in Nigeria, towards our fellow Nigerians. Especially, we're going to talk about the Igbo experience in Yorubaland. That is going to be our case study for today. The Igbo experience. I know say everybody get experience, so I know talk say, they know they sell land. The Igbo people know they sell land for other people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Igbo experience in Yorubaland. That's going to be our case study. Make I turn off this music. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me just drop it down from here. All right. We're going to talk about the Igbo experience, in Yorubaland as a case study, right? First off, let's talk about this. A Yoruba person criticizing an Igbo person. That is not xenophobia. Yotago, that is not xenophobia. That is Kachi, you be thief. That is Kachi, you be thief. If Kachi na thief, Kachi na thief. Yotago. If Kachi is a thief, Kachi is a thief. Yotago, that one no be xenophobia. An Igbo person criticizing a Yoruba person, it's not xenophobia. Same thing, right? The issue now is when the language changes from critique or criticism, when it changes to, omo Igbo niye, Yotago, omo Igbo niye, those kind of words, those kind of statements. Oh, you don't belong here, you are Igbo. This is our land. Go back to your state. Igbo people should not buy property here in Lagos. Now, we are having a different conversation. You see what I'm saying? Now it's becoming something else. Again, on that show I was on yesterday, shout out to Abasol, the host was sharing his experience too, as an Igbo person, as an Igbo man living in Lagos. He was sharing his experience as far as I mean, he didn't go into details per se, but he was like, waiting I see today why they tell you, Seth. I don't even want to just talk about him, but he was really pressed about the situation. And he went a little bit further to say, you know, just being an Igbo person, they look at what you bring, what you present, they say, Omo Igbo niye, Omo Igbo niye. He went back further even to say, when he was in primary school in Lagos, you know, just performing well, even in class, it was like a normal thing where then they talk. Omo Igbo niye, not caring. I don't even know what that thing means. Omo Igbo niye. Now, yesterday I hear them. Yeah, I guess I've heard it a few times, but I really don't know what the phrase or the term means, right? I know what Omo Igbo means, but niye, I don't know what that one mean, you know? But coming from the host of that show, he was like, you know, this is an experience of him as an Igbo person living in Lagos, as a child in Lagos, the teachers. This is the same thing they tell you, you know, Omo Igbo niye, Omo Igbo niye. It's just like you don't belong. You don't belong as a child. Even the children of the, you know, children like you, that mentality is also ingrained in them as children, So imagine living as an Igbo person in that kind of, as an Igbo child in that environment, right? And that is what I want to talk about, right? Now saying, like I was saying, a Yoruba person criticizing an Igbo person, no be xenophobia. Likewise, an Igbo person criticizing a Yoruba person. It's not xenophobia. But when the language now changes, that borderline what I've been to talk about, you've crossed it. You don't enter another side. Still, it could still not be xenophobia because xenophobia has a specific meaning, right? I'm waiting be the specific meaning of xenophobia. Pay attention. There's a specific term in the definition of xenophobia. Foreigners, right? Xenophobia means fear, prejudice, dislike, hostility towards foreigners or people perceived as outsiders, right? Now, an Igbo person is not a foreigner in Lagos. That one is, unless you don't get brain cells inside your head, then you will not be able to comprehend that, right? An Igbo person is not a foreigner in Lagos. A Yoruba person is not a foreigner in Aba. An Hausa person is not a foreigner in Enugu. A Fulani person is not a foreigner in Lagos. We're all Nigerians. So because of that term, foreigner, inside the definition of xenophobia, now it gets a little bit technical, right? It gets a little bit technical, right? But here's the thing still. Nigerians, all of us, we are guilty. We use the terms indigene, non-indigene, because it's kind of even in our constitution, I would think so. Indigene, non-indigene. You know, our land, your people, go back to your state. All of us are guilty of that, right? All of us are guilty of that one. So now, can Nigerians, because of all these things now, can we be xenophobic toward other Nigerians? Or is it just tribalism? Is it just tribalism? Is it the younger brother of xenophobia that we are doing? Is it tribalism or is it xenophobia? Or is it ethnic discrimination? What is the accurate description of what Nigerians are? Because it's kind of similar. If you come out that foreigner from the definition of xenophobia, what thing we they do for Nigeria? They close to that term, right? Xenophobia. Anyway, we're gonna move to the man of the moment. Temi Okanlomo or Konlomo. I know Sabi how to say his name. Okonlomo. Temi Okonlomo. We're gonna get into it, right? Now, this now where I go share some screens here. Let me share some screens here. Give me 1 second. I know I have everything already lined up, so this shouldn't take a while. This shouldn't take too long. All right, I go share them for TikTok. I go share them for Facebook as well and YouTube. Just give me 1 second there. There we go. All right, we have it up. Now, this is the tweet. I hope you guys can see it clearly, but I'm going to read it regardless. This is not the tweet will go viral. But then it's not just this, not a tweet, a Facebook post or comment. It's not just this comment, right? You would think this is a one-off thing, and we're going to go into all of that. You go think, say, this is not just one-off thing, right? But then when you go into this guy's life, you gonna say the guy, they stand on business. This guy stands on business, man. I'm telling you. But let's get into it. Somebody, and the names are kind of faint here. Somebody said, let me go to my phone because I think it's clearer on my phone. Let me read it from my phone. All right. Baruwa Babajide Elenio. He says, there is one Igbo man in my street. I go read how it be there. The grammar is not necessarily correct, but I go read waiting there for there, right? There is one Igbo man in my street right now. He just bought a house with about 16 flats and says he's only renting out to members of Lord Chosen alone. I never hear him before. And then the man of the moment, tell me, he went to the post and said, buy them or buy him. They can't do that in their land or South Africa. Now, only Yorubaland, them, they do that. Organize yourself and baby nap him or buy him. From 0 to 100, you can't make this shit up. From 0 to 100. It's when they baby nap the guy, when they buy the guy. From 0 to 100, you can't make this shit up, right? Baby nap him, buy him. He should pay for disrespecting you as a native landowner. Use him to cash out or send, I don't know, let me see if that one was proper. Yeah, it's also cut out from the one I have on my screen here. Anyway, we most likely would have seen this chat, right? It doesn't end here. We're gonna go into his Facebook page and see what this guy is made of. Let us do that. Let us go into his Facebook page and see what Ogatemi is made of. And he's definitely made up of something. Something. Let's check this out, right? Please don't play with me now. I know I said this shit up before I came up here. Now it's not wanting to show. Come on now. All right, we'll go bring him back up. Don't worry about that. We'll bring it back up. Just give me 1 second. Where is it? Properties here. Still not showing. Oh, you see now. See what I was saying, right? You see what I was saying, right? All right, let's try to get this shit up. That's not it. That's not it still. Let's yo, you see what I was saying, right? Anyway, we'll go get them. Don't worry about it. There we go. We got it now. All right, let's get it up. All right, there we go. This is the man of the season, right? Temi Okonlomo. Because obviously, right, he can't be a believer, obviously, right? What would you expect, right? Shout out to Obimine. Anyway, we'll go skip that one. Let's go to the next one. This is the man. It's his page. I'm not like, trolling or anything. This is his page. Temi Okonlomo. Yoruba will not allow, the slaw to forcefully annex South with propaganda and lies, because no tribe is Igbo in the South. Okay, we're not going to get into that because that's not the topic for today. All right, no Igbo heroes end well. Their downfall always start the moment they choose Yoruba as their enemies. All right, that's the preamble. And this one was what? I don't know. But anyway, let's keep going. This is a repost. If any non-Yoruba threatens you on Yoruba soil, you must buy that person. If you don't buy them, it shall not be well with you. Let's keep going. Now, this one is his own. This one no be repost or anything, right? This one he says, even every Igbo landlord and their allies in Southwest should surrender their house keys to the Yorubas now. Yoruba Patriots won. Okay. Okay. Continue. This one I own too. Repost this one. This one I didn't do this one. Continue to avoid owning a property outside Yorubaland in Nigeria. Patriots tell Yoruba. All right. Now, okay. See what I'm saying, right? That it's a little bit sketchy. It's getting to that sketchy area, right? Yoruba must apply South Africa style of takeover in Southwest. You can't make this shit up, right? I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to separate xenophobia from what we do for Nigeria. But my Oga said, no, it's what it is, you know. The Yoruba must apply South Africa style of takeover in Southwest. Yoruba patriots, okay? I wonder who these Yoruba patriots are. Now let's listen to this video because it's very interesting. For the most part, it's said in Yoruba, but she used English. And let's take a listen here. I don't know why it's not playing now. Oh, I see. I turned this thing down.
Reproduce your kind. You understand what I'm saying?
All right. There we go.
Like I always say, any tribe can go into extinction. That's the truth. Tell pre-produce might disappear and I don't really. So that's why someone like me, I always come out to say to people that if you're a Yoruba man, marry a Yoruba girl. If you're a Yoruba girl, marry a Yoruba man, so that you continue to reproduce your kind. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, because completely full Yoruba. But before you know it, culture what's in everything about us still on here because I have to share with other people. And when people say you are being tribalistic, it's a good thing. I am tribalistic. I love it. Because, I love my people. I love my own. Is anything bad in it? Nothing is bad in it. So, enjoy it when they say you are tribalistic. It's good.
All right. Antite being
yes, because
tribalistic is okay. Again, she's on that edge too, right? Inherently, there's nothing, at least this side why I understand, which she speak for English, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with what she said. You know, being with your kind, right? Inherently, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's on the edge, you know what I'm saying? It's very edgy, you know? So, but from what she just said, I'm not gonna say, oh, that is wrong or that is bad. No, inherently, nothing is wrong with that. But let's keep moving. But you know, this guy, he also likes stuff like that too, right? When someone like him, who we are deep diving into what he has, right? You know where the conversation is going. Again, obviously, what do you expect from him, right? There you go. All right, now maybe we'll just look at a few more posts on his Facebook. Yoruba will take over foreign businesses in Lagos sooner or later by any means. This was his post. this one I post. This one didn't no repost them. This one didn't go wherever, download them or tell ChatGPT to generate them for him. You know, this is his own. This is his feeling. This is not how he feel. You know, Yoruba should take over foreign businesses in Lagos sooner or later. Right? Hey, listen, man. I think we've kind of gotten the picture of where our brother, Temi Okonlomo, is coming from. I think we all get the picture, right? So let's turn it off and get back into the show. So listen, right? And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Yoruba, I already said that. This is not a show saying Yoruba people are xenophobic. I had my youth service, and I'll give you a small history about me, right? Just small, right? I got my NYC. I grew up in Port Harcourt, right? There's a lot of diversity in Port Harcourt. But this hate, they Port Harcourt like that. There's Igbo people, there's Akwa Ibom people, there is Yoruba people. The place where my mama gets shop. The shout out to Easy Way. The driving school. They get driving school where they around my mama shop. Now Yoruba man get them. Now Yoruba man get the driving school around my mama shop, right? So I knew for that same place, mosque, they there. Central Mosque, they there. So there's a lot of Hausa, Fulani people and Yoruba people that are Muslim too. So there was a lot of diversity in Port Harcourt. This hate, I don't grow up with hate from my heart. And to come crown them up, right? I can't go Ondo. When I serve for Ondo, these people were so warm. The people, at least the compound where I live, right? Very warm, very kind people. I forget their name now, otherwise I for shout them out. Very kind, very warm, welcoming people. So this hate, I don't grow up with hate. I don't understand hate. Until I come mature. I come enter TikTok. I come they see hate. for internet. I'm like, what? Where is all this hate coming from, man? Where is all this hate coming from? Obviously, I didn't grow up in Lagos. So if I grew up for Lagos, my experience would have been different. I'm not saying Lagos people are hateful. I'm just saying, right? But growing up in Port Harcourt, this hate, I know experience them. There are different tribes. Notice how I know call the natives of River State, right? I'm talking about the diversity of people where they for River State. Akwa Ibom people they there. Calabar people they there. Igbo people they there. Hausa people they there. Yoruba people they there. I'm not talking about the diverse ethnic groups now where they for River State. So talking about Ogoni, talking about Ijo, talking about Ikwere. I'm not talking about these other diverse ethnic groups. Yo, so diverse in River State, in Port Harcourt. But hate, I know Siam. I know grow up with hate. But this is new to me. But we are okay to talk about it. I'm okay to talk about it. I think I don't mature to talk about them, right? Now, regardless of his controversy, right? Why should the ethnicity of a Nigerian homeowner, why should it matter? Why should it matter? If someone legitimately buys lands, pay for the property, follows the law, pays applicable taxes, lives peacefully on that land or in that land, why should it, if he's Igbo, why should that one be a problem? Why should it be a problem to a certain people, to a certain group of people, right? This is Yorubaland. This is our land. We're going to take their property. We're going to do this. We are going to do that. Go back to your land. What exactly does Nigerian citizenship, what exactly does it give us, right? Because Yorubaland, that one is granted. There's no going around it. Yorubaland is Yorubaland. There's nothing you can do about it, period. There's nothing inherently xenophobic about saying this is historically, this is not Yorubaland. And Lagos is historically Yorubaland. Yoruba people, they have their homeland, history, language, culture, traditional institutions. Likewise, every other tribe. Igbo, Hausa, Ijo, TV, Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom, not just state, but, the different ethnic groups where they're there. Oron people, Efik people, Ikwere people. Everybody get their ancestral land, right? So there's nothing inherently saying this is our land. This is historically our land. Recognizing these indigenous history is not xenophobia. The issue now, the thing will come take another leg, another gear. When people now say, because this is our homeland, Nigerians from other ethnicity should have fewer rights. And that is what this our Oga is insinuating. That is what this our Oga, that is the narrative he's pushing. Him and his Yoruba patriots. Him and his Yoruba patriots. That is what they are pushing. That is the narrative that they are pushing. That because this is not Yorubaland, make we take everybody business. Even Dangote business. Even Dangote business. You know how much Dangote take build that refinery, Ogasa, or Gatemi? Billions and billions of dollars. You won't take them. If they give you now, what do you want to take and do? Sure, you see what in South Africa they suffer now. They don't live there, they don't go back. It's like, people have gone back. If they give you or God tell me that Dangote business, what do you want to take and do? Eh? Right? So now these are the different scenarios we are talking about, right? It's very edgy. From saying this is historically Yorubaland to going further and saying, oh, because this is historically Yorubaland, Nigerians from other ethnicities, they shouldn't, or if they come here, they should have fewer rights. No, our constitution prohibits that. Our constitution gives us full residence or full residence rights for every citizen in every part of Nigeria. Full, complete. Igbo man get full right for Lagos. Yoruba man get full right for Enugu. So, Oga tell me, maybe you should look at the constitution a little bit first, so that you don't go find yourself for prison. Maybe go and look at the constitution first. Or just like my POB brothers, where they always shout referendum. They no say referendum, no look for constitution. Maybe Oga tell me, you go, since your brother na president now, you go tell him me adjust constitution, so that the people we know from Yorubaland, they no go get plenty rights. Maybe you go tell your brother, you see? That is why you need your brother there. right? Okay, tell me. Now your brother is there. Tell him to adjust the constitution so that Yorubaland will be only for Yoruba people. That is how you can do it. But right now, the constitution, where would they use? Full residence rights for every citizen in all parts of the federation. It goes further and provides constitutional protection against any kind of discrimination based on community, ethnic group, place of origin, sex, religion, political opinion. The constitution goes further to even protect citizens further. So again, just like my POB brothers, when no say referendum, no the constitution. You now, you have the opportunity, your brother and be president, go and tell him to adjust that constitution for you and your Yoruba patriots so that you can take Dangote business. You have to go, you know? So every Nigerian, right? Also, Nigeria already recognizes the principle that citizenship should extend beyond someone's ancestral homeland. But Nigeria does not have, something called like maybe fair housing opportunity. It doesn't have a specific, because that's why we're talking about this, right? That the chosen people, the Igbo Oga, we build, we buy house, saying you only want rent to a church member, right? Nigeria does not protect that specific type of discrimination because that is discrimination. That is discrimination. You're discriminating on your tenants based on their religion. And I don't even want to go further and say, oh, but Yoruba people did there. No, I don't even want to talk about that. That is discrimination. Whether now Yoruba people did there or not, it doesn't matter. That is discrimination. Now, that is where the problem is. I don't know if it's a problem or we can call it issue. The Nigerian constitution doesn't protect renters when it comes to discrimination. We don't have an equal opportunity for renters. We don't have that in Nigeria. So that is maybe where we should start looking at. That is maybe where we should start looking at. How we can insert things like that into the constitution, to have equal housing opportunity, right? So that ethnic discrimination will be not just ethnic, because this one itself not be even ethnic. That's it. The case study here, the house case study here, that's religious discrimination. So we can make that one illegal so that Oga mind go calm down. Maybe that one go calm in mind down, making no go buy all the Igbo people waiting for Lagos. Right? Maybe this our Oga mind, the mind go calm down small, making no go buy all the people waiting for Lagos. Right? So we can do that one. Equal housing opportunity. And that equal housing opportunity shouldn't just be ethnicity, it shouldn't just be religion, it shouldn't just be sex, it shouldn't just be. They should also put disability, people where they disable. People where they disable, they should also be included. Because when you look at all these houses where all these landlords and they build, they are not accessible. I don't know whether I know what inaccessible mean. Hey man, shout out to my beer parlor people, man. I know that you people know what accessibility mean. But for the people that don't know what it means, most of these houses don't have ramps to allow people where they use wheelchair, people where they use whatever, to slide on and get into the buildings, right? Accessibility. So when we have those kind of laws, equal housing opportunity, then it now allows for everybody to be included. It's now inclusive for everybody, not just based on religion. Those ones are good, but those disabled people, they should also matter, right? I think we need an equal housing opportunity so that it will prohibit, again, like I said, discrimination based on ethnicity, state of origin, religion, language, sex, disability. It should also cover the landlords, all those ones now, to get over time, they can work on it. So to cover the landlords, property agents, developers, housing advertisement, mortgage providers, property sales, all that good stuff. Now, I want to tie this in to what we've experienced recently in South Africa and what we are seeing in Nigeria with Oga Temi Okonlomo, right? We all as Nigerians, not just Nigerians, we all as Africans, apart from South Africa, we condemned the xenophobic attacks against Nigerians or Africans in South Africa. We did condemn it. We expect that Nigerians living lawfully in South Africa to be able to work, operate businesses. Make I turn this music down again. Sorry about that. We expect Nigerians living lawfully in South Africa to be able to work, operate businesses, rent homes, live without being attacked simply because they are Nigerians, right? What standard now should we apply when we're in Nigeria, right? If Nigerians shouldn't be treated as unwanted foreigners in South Africa, why should an Igbo Nigerian be treated as an unwanted person in Lagos? Remember, this one, Igbos in Lagos experience, right? That's the case study here. I'm not saying, oh, what about the outside people? What about Fulani people? I'm talking about the Igbo experience in Lagos, right? And equally, why should a Yoruba Nigerian be treated like a foreigner in Enugu? The principle shouldn't simply be, oh, protect Igbos. It should be protect Nigerian citizenship. That's what the principle should be. But anyway, I can go further and further because this is a very long conversation, and it gets even more tricky and dicey and all that good stuff. But we go stop here today because I believe we all get the picture. And when I saw it yesterday, I thought it was an interesting one, and I thought it was something worth talking about, right? So, make I read some chat here, because I know some people go down, they cost me. I know some people go down, they cost me, they too hard to that. When I don't, they cost person, But let's read some chats here, and then we go from there. And we see the people who are requesting, and then we talk about it. We have the conversation and keep it going. All right. You see, I talk, Sphere says, you now also know. We don't know where you come from. You know, see what I talk? Right? You know, see what I talk, Abi? You know, they cost me already. But it's okay. It's okay. My people, it's okay. Sure. What did I do? Could I give me 1 second there? All right. Let me see. All right. I'll bring this over here. All right. They cost me already. Akinomo Akin says, why won't you engage people for robust discussion? I will. I just told you I will. I just told you I will. Akinomo Akin, my brother. This is now my moderator, my unofficial moderator. I will. I just told you I will. Relax. We will. I want to read some chats and then we talk. We get into it. All right. Akinomo Akin says, let's go there. And Akinomo Akin, you have a lot to say. You should request. I don't see you requesting. You should request. Let's talk about it. You have a lot to say in the chat. Let's talk about it. Feel free to request. We'll get to you in a moment. All right. City Pulo says tribalism will buy all of now. Is it tribalism or xenophobia? We need to be specific now. Because when you don't come up from tribal, Auntie said tribalistic is okay. So if all of us agree, should we agree that being tribalistic is okay? So that we move the conversation to xenophobia. So let's talk about it. Anyway, let's see who else is here. I make we shout out the people who don't gift us so far. Hafiz, thank you so much. My sister, my paddy, Anya Anambra. My paddy, Anya Anambra. She sent me rose today. She sent me hearts today. Thank you so much, my paddy. we have settled. Me and my sister are not fighting again. Me and my sister know they fight again. I'm not talking about Nnamdi Kanu again. I'm not talking about Nnamdi Kanu again. For the time being, we'll get back to Nnamdi Kanu. Make we finish the season with day. Then we get back to Nnamdi Kanu. But my sister, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. Somebody say, Aina, your paddy. Yeah, she's my paddy. She's an Igbo sister. What do you want me to do? Yeah? What do you want me to do? She's an Igbo sister. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? Anyway, let's get into it. We have some people requesting here. We'll go bring them up and have these conversations and then keep it moving. Call it a day for today. All right. Make we bring my brother True News. True News.
Yeah. How you doing, my bear palo paddy?
Yes. I get plenty paddy all over. Everywhere I have so many paddy. I greet you, my brother. Thank you for joining.
I greet you especially, my brother. But to make it robust, like somebody has said, you have a sample. I'm one person who likes data analysis. You understand?
Absolutely.
That's my field. You have a sample, and that is the one you have been analyzing and showing to us.
Yes.
I have a sample, My own sample is your paddy and Yanambra. So we are going to dissect both of
I
them.
will not deny my sister. Now my sister be that.
And now your sister be my own.
Yes.
I want to cross-examine your own sister.
Let us talk about it. Let us talk about it.
Good. You see, you have been cross-examining that guy.
Yes.
That guy, you know, of everything that guy have said, he has not asked anybody to go and unalive anyone. He has not gotten to that level.
But he did, though. He did. Did you see the tweet, the post? He did. He said, buy him. He said, buy him. I can show you again if you want.
Yeah, he said, buy him.
That's an instruction, though. That is a direct instruction.
Wait. He said, I mean, I will accept whatever you say.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to accept it. And don't worry about time. We have enough time. You don't have to accept it. I'm going to put it back on the screen. You don't have to accept what I say.
I mean, I won't even argue that, because when you say buy him, you are referring to one person. That is not referring to a whole lot of people. You say buy him, maybe he's referring to one person. Somebody say go and poison water that a particular tribe drink. That is talking to many. That is the highest level of hate you can propagate.
And who is this person you're referring to?
Your sister, your party. She was in court for it.
Yeah.
I live in Canada as well. She was in court for it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, and I understand that.
I'm not forming it.
And I understand that. And I condemn any act of violence towards anybody. I condemn that. I do not condone that.
Me too.
I'm glad that we're on the same page on that.
Me too. Let me now tell you that Yorubas are responding. We are responding. When people respond to how you beat them, you don't tell them how to cry. Let me tell you, before you came to this TikTok, let me tell you an history.
Go ahead.
A little bit of history. You see, when LP came and was like a wave, and people, even Yorubas and everybody, Hausas, they embraced that change with LP. And then LP won Lagos. During that election process, we were on TikTok, we're listening, we're doing everything. And then it came out that LP started winning some, constituencies to say and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then our Igbo brothers came together on TikTok and started saying, the moment they win Lagos, they win governorship in Lagos, all the white cap chiefs will be thrown into the lagoon. They are going to... So let me now tell you, we gave them hospitality. Do you know that after the Civil War, it was only Yoruba that handed over properties of Igbo to Igbos in Nigeria? Do you know?
I know that, and I've also covered that in one of my previous monologues.
We are now responding because we have been taken for a fool for too long.
Okay.
That is why when that boy start to respond, you don't tell him how much he can cry or how he should respond to how much he's being trampled upon.
Yeah. All right. Let me just have some pushbacks, right? You for one, you said Yorubas are responding. I don't know that this is a response, though. I think this animosity has been around even during that same period where Yoruba people hand properties back to Igbo people. That animosity has still been. It's not something that just started from the days of after LP. I don't know if you agree with me on that. It's not something that just started. And if you want, I can go back to this guy's post. I believe somebody who has this mindset, he did not just start this year or last year or before LP. He's had this idea over time. It's not just now. So if you say it's a response, I don't necessarily agree with that. Somebody who has hate in their heart, he did their heart. It's not a response. That's my pushback on that. And then you said, let me also respond to the white cap chiefs. Then I'll let you. You said the white cap chiefs, LOP people say once we get power. Again, I don't hear that one. If it was actually said, that is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. And I've also heard it. I don't hear this Igbo own, and you're not going to hear them because of the Igbo man, right? But I honestly didn't hear it, right? But the one where I hear, where go viral for news then, was an Oba in a Legushi, I believe, saying that they go throw all Igbo people for Lagoon. So again, You see what I'm saying? Even the vice president of, not the vice, the president's wife has said some, words that are not very nice or kind towards Igbo people as well. We've seen these things before LUP. This is not before LUP. So if you say it's a response, I don't think that's very fair. It's not a response. This animosity has existed. It has existed.
Okay, now let me now respond back to what you said. You see, it's okay for you to have your view, your opinion, and and then use your own lens to view things. That will shape your own understanding of that thing. But let me now tell you, there is something called opinion, and there is something called fact.
Yeah.
You understand? Facts are facts, and they are not anybody's opinion.
Yep.
They are supposed to be generally accepted because they are facts.
Absolutely. Give me a fact.
You understand? A fact was that during the Endsars, the Oba of Lagos house was invaded. That is a fact. By not Yorubas. That is an attack on the Yoruba heritage. Do you accept that as a fact?
I wouldn't accept it as a fact because you're telling me, and I've not. I mean, let me take your word for it, and then I can go further and do my research. But I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Is that fair? That's fair, though. That's fair enough, though. I can take your word for it and go do a research, right?
Okay. Now, let me now tell you another fact.
Okay.
That I want you to. I believe you said something like you grew up in Igbo land.
No, I know grew up for Igbo land. Now, Port Harcourt no be Igbo land. River State.
And then you went to Port Harcourt.
No, they born me for Port Harcourt.
Okay, they born you for Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me now say it this way so that we both understand easily. You have traveled to Igbo land, you have traveled to Port Harcourt. So you have seen both sides. Maybe you have seen Lagos. I don't know. I've
seen a little bit of Lagos, and I've also seen a little bit of Ondo. Ondo, now where I do my service. And if you heard me, the people, the compound where I live, obviously natives of Ondo, very kind, very warm, very nice people. Very nice people. They welcome us like, they took care of us. Let me put it that way, yeah.
That is the way we are. Our hospitality is to a fault. That is who we are as Yoruba people. I tell you, that's where I grew up. I grew up renting to Igbo people in Ondo. Renting shops to them. A lot of things that I know how to eat through them. I don't have to be, you understand? Because I had to, learn a little. But let me now tell you, the fact we're talking about here is that you have seen more than me by maybe because you are from Igbo land. I've not really been there. But tell me, the population of outsiders that are not Igbos, that are living in Igbo land, compare it to the population of Igbos that are living outside of Igbos or in Yoruba land.
What does that have to do with conversation?
Wait. Where do you think you have more? Where do you think, which people do you think has more hospitality? Which people do you think are more welcoming by number of people who are sojourning?
No, it's not related. The way you want to relate them, they very it's not a very honest way to have that conversation. Let me say this. Just hear me out. The number of people you want to call them outsiders, we'll call them outsiders. Let's call them non-natives. The number of non-natives in Igbo land definitely are fewer compared to the number of Igbos in other places where they are non-natives. Absolutely. It doesn't directly translate to saying that it's because Igbos are not welcoming. That's why there are fewer non-natives in Igbo land. That is not the truth. People go to where they seek opportunities. For instance, Fulani people, where they rear cow. Now they pretty much they do like Igbo people too. They need to stay one place, just like Igbo people. They like to waka.
I was going to give you a time.
But hear me out, right? Make I finish, then you go. Okay. Fulani people are in Igbo land. Then they do their not Fulani, but they do their cattle business for Igbo land all over the country, not just Igbo land. So if other people are not looking, if other people do not see the need or do not see the opportunities in Igbo land, that does not mean that Igbos are not welcoming.
Okay. Okay. I mean, well, it's okay for you if you push back because of the side you belong. It's okay to push back that way.
It's not
And
the
you
side I
have,
belong. Now you tell me say fact,
I
now
mean, it's
fact, right?
okay.
I'm
That
using a fact too.
no, you were on. I mean, it doesn't. Everything you said doesn't make it factual.
Mm.
You understand?
Fair,
It doesn't
fair,
make it factual.
fair,
Yeah. No.
fair.
No. Because I will say people will more of migrate to where they feel more welcome.
Not true. Opportunity. People will migrate to where opportunity. Now opportunity not be welcome.
Even when there are opportunities there, if the environment is hostile, like South Africa, people will be forced to move away.
No, because there are opportunity. Because it's opportunity. People
Even
move for
if the
opportunity.
opportunities are there, even if the opportunities are there and the environment is tense, you are not going to be there.
That is not true. People would always go for opportunity. It's now opportunity they drive people and movement.
And not safety first. And not safety first.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Now opportunity.
I mean, yeah, people can take risk, but I would say safety first. People will always want to put safety first.
That's why you're different. Most people would say, money there, make I go, come on, come dollar, you know.
That is why you are an Igbo man. That is why you are an Igbo man.
Money first, my brother. You have to think of the opportunities, you know. Anyway, my brother, if you want to help me round up so that we'll go move forward.
I will look at the safety of it first.
Okay.
And then look at it when we look at the elections. The elections show also where the tribal lies.
Make we leave election for today, my brother. I know say we did that period, but today no be election we they talk about. We'll get into it maybe in the week, but let's leave elections for now.
Okay, well, I now that you are saying Igbo, you are making like Igbo are being picked upon. That is where you are making it, and I will call it a victim card.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Victim card.
Not necessarily.
For me, this is a victim card. I mean, I have my own opinion.
Absolutely, and you're entitled to it. But I'm also entitled to push back and say not necessarily. I'm not saying that Igbos are the victims.
This is the way I see it.
Okay.
That this is a victim card because you guys were the one who started everything.
Again, that is not correct. That is not correct.
Yeah. Before I started hearing you.
You see how you're also now claiming the victim, right? If you're saying we started it, that means you're the victim too, right? You're also claiming victim too, right?
Yeah, but we are not going to go to the internet and cry like for help.
Nobody's crying for help. Nobody. At least me, I'm not crying for help.
Bro, we can stand our ground.
Absolutely.
Now.
And you should. And you should, man. You should, my brother. And you should.
Somebody cannot say they should poison water that we drink.
All right.
And then we will say we will fold our hands. We will not do anything. We will not take the person to court.
My brother, hear me out. I think we've said this. There's no new information we're having, or there's no new topic we are talking about.
That you are playing a victim card.
No, I'm not. You are also playing a victim card by saying that we started it. That's also you being a victim.
Let us leave it as that.
All right. Sounds good, my brother. But thank you for joining. I appreciate you. And just to crown this up, right? We've seen government officials, say things that are not very nice towards, Igbo people as well. So if you want to say victim card. If I sit here and say I'm a victim, who's it going to help, right? Who's it going to help? But anyway, thank you, my brother, True News. Thank you for joining. Make we move the conversation forward. Bring the next guest up here.
Until everybody start taking responsibility.
That too.
Responsibility. Apologize to the people.
That too.
And let that guy you are sampling, let him come out, apologize. Let everybody apologize. Let us know. Nigeria belongs to all of us.
Everybody.
And
absolutely.
We have chosen representatives to represent us.
Absolutely.
We put our request through them.
Absolutely.
That is the channel.
Absolutely.
To do things.
Absolutely.
Not by hating on anyone.
Absolutely.
That is the truth, okay?
All right.
Get back what you dish out.
All
and
right.
When you get it, don't cry.
All right. Sounds good, my brother. True News. Make we move forward. And I like how you ended it. Responsibility, accountability. That's the key word there we need to do. Everybody needs to come out and take responsibility. My sister Anya Anambra, I hope that one day you would come up and own that responsibility and say, this thing what they do, maybe it's crossing the line. And I hope that this your brother too. I don't know if you refer to him as your brother or you don't, this brother, but that Yoruba dude, I hope that one day he too would also come out and own it and be like, maybe I crossed the line with this one. Maybe that one is a little bit too far. But thank you, True News. I appreciate you for joining. All right. Make we bring up another guest here. Respect. Believe I don't get this. I've had a conversation with Respect in the past. All right. Thank you, Respect, for joining.
Good evening, bro.
Yeah. Good evening. I greet you. Like I said, right? Nigerians, they're all over the place. Good evening, good morning, good yesterday, good tomorrow, good today. Anyone you dare. Thank you for joining.
Yes, sir.
All right. What are your thoughts on this topic?
My thought is that it's not peculiar to Yorubaland or Lagos.
Okay.
It's something peculiar to every tribe in Nigeria.
Okay.
They are very peculiar about their territory and about their domination of their land and their philosophy. And we have people say they don't want Sharia. They want Sharia in the north, and it's their land, and they're pushing for it.
Okay, but it can be your land though. But you know what the Nigerian constitution, because you agree, all of us in Nigeria, right? Our Nigerians, right? The Nigerian constitution protects every Nigerian in all parts of Nigeria.
Constitution is flawed. That's why people are agitating for their own land thing. If there's no flaw in it, people will not be agitating. We won't have Boko Haram. We won't have IPOB, Unified Igbos. We won't have Benin land, Ijo land, all sorts of things everywhere in the country. It's peculiar to everybody. It's not only to Yoruba people.
All right. You said Nigerian constitution is flawed. Which side pertaining to...
No. What I mean is that if not flawed, people will not be agitating for it.
No constitution is perfect. That's why you have amendments. Mr. Respect, 1 second.
Sorry.
Just hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out, please. Every constitution, regardless of the country, gets one issue or the other. That's why there are amendments over time. But with regard to this topic, as far as land ownership, because now land ownership would be pretty much the basis of this conversation, right? What is the flaw? What is the flaw with that? In that regard.
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question. The flaw in it is getting involved in domestic policies of individual localities. That's a flaw of it. If you want to have business and do your business and get on with it, that will be an issue. So when you get an issue of getting involved in domestic politics and cultural of the land, people get agitated. In the Hausa land, they want to have Sharia on their land. In Yorubaland, Yoruba want to have dominion of Yoruba on Yoruba land. In Igbo land, they want to unify Igbos. Everybody have their own issues. So when you come to you do your business and not get into local politics and cultural of the land, nobody will have issues.
All right. When you say getting into local politics, does the Nigerian constitution prohibit a non-native from getting into politics in where he resides, where he or she resides?
Does the people, the Fulani people, Hausa, not the people, want you to get involved in the Sharia issue in the north?
No. Just hear me out.
So every indigenous people, every indigenous have concern on their land and their philosophy.
Totally, I hear you on that, but I'm just trying to understand, right?
That's why I said the Nigerian constitution is a flaw.
Okay, but hear me out on this. Does the Nigerian constitution prohibit a non-native from getting involved in local politics or where he or she resides?
That's why I said it's flawed.
How is it flawed? How is that flawed?
It's not only in Yoruba land. In Hausa land, they want to have Sharia in their land. They want to control their own philosophy in Hausa land. The moment Yoruba go there and want to challenge them, they will resent it. So everybody have issue with their philosophy on their land.
Okay, so but Yorubaland is part of Nigeria, and all of us, they use Nigerian. Igbo land is also part of Nigeria. Right?
Hausa land that want Sharia in their land is a part of Nigeria. And Yoruba to want to have Yoruba influence in Yoruba land.
Listen, right? I think Sharia is in our constitution.
No, it's not. It was squeezing in. It was protecting the Hausa people on their land. Yoruba want to squeeze in Yoruba law in Nigeria constitution as well. If you can give Sharia law of the Hausa people interest in the Nigerian constitution, Yoruba it will have their interest to be put in the Nigerian constitution.
Okay, what are these interests that you think?
To protect Yoruba philosophy, Yoruba land.
What are these Yoruba philosophies?
Yoruba culture, language, and governance of Yoruba land.
Okay, when you say culture and governance, what is going on with the culture? Like, what is wrong with Yoruba culture?
No. As the culture of Hausa people is like Sharia.
We're talking about
And
Yoruba. We're talking about Yoruba. What is wrong with
not
Yoruba?
about Yoruba. We are all Nigerian.
I'm asking about. I'm asking about. You said. You said. Hear me out. Hear me out. No. Respect. Hear me out. You can't overtalk me. You can't overtalk me. It's my show. Relax. It's my show. You no go overtalk me. You said the Yoruba people want their culture to not be played with and their language
and governance of their land
and their governance. Okay, what is wrong with the culture now that you want to change in Yoruba land? That's all I'm asking.
No, we want to protect it.
How?
We want to. No. Let me tell you what.
Is it vulnerable right now? Is Yoruba culture?
Let me tell you what we want to do. Let me tell you what we want to do in Yoruba land. We want to introduce Yoruba language to Yoruba schools, to all Nigerians, Yoruba land secondary school and primary school. We want to be taught in Yoruba language. We want to promote our Yoruba civilization in Yoruba land. We want our banks in Yoruba land to be speaking Yorubas. We want our schools, our bus stop to be speaking Yoruba. That's what we want Yoruba land.
And that is your I don't know if I will even call it your right, but you're free to have that feeling, right? But you mentioned banks. Banks are federally regulated.
No.
Banks. You mentioned banks. You mentioned banks. You mentioned banks. All right. Again, you're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk. You're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk me. Okay. You mentioned banks. Banks are federally regulated. The state cannot mandate a bank to do like this. Now, where they say all the banks in Yorubaland should be speaking Yoruba or be transacting in Yoruba, it's not going to happen. There are schools that are federally owned in Yorubaland. You cannot mandate those schools to teach in Yoruba or speak primarily Yoruba. And also, there is a Department of Education that even the state schools, the private schools, they also have to follow that Department of Education guideline in Yorubaland. So you cannot mandate those schools. If the federal government says this is how people should be taught, the schools in Yorubaland cannot go and say otherwise, because Yorubaland is part of Nigeria.
Hausa land is part of Nigeria where they get secluded Sharia in their land, because that's what they want.
All right.
So everybody will know what they want.
All right.
You can't give one side on their own what they want and deny other people.
All right.
And they're all Nigerians.
Absolutely.
They want Sharia to dominate their philosophy in the north.
Okay.
And Yoruba to have their own wish in Yoruba land.
Okay.
And Yoruba want to have progressive development on their civilization.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In our schools, our state schools, primary school, secondary school, Yoruba land.
Okay.
We want to be teaching our children Yoruba,
okay.
every subject in Yoruba in schools.
All right.
In Yoruba
I believe this is just your opinion, and this is how.
That's what we want.
I don't think if we have a poll. I don't think. I'm not saying you're not a Yoruba person, but it still is your opinion. But okay. All right, Mr. Respect. We need to move forward. I appreciate you for joining. The conversation down the day a little bit too combative, but I appreciate you for joining. And again, it's your opinion. If we have a poll, I don't think majority of Yoruba will say, oh, everything should be taught in Yoruba. I don't know that. I don't know, maybe you've done that poll and you have the data. I would like to see it, then I'll agree with you. But saying everything in Yoruba land should be taught in Yoruba, I don't know. Awolowo, that is kind of somebody that is very highly respected in Yoruba land. When he's and his philosophy is pretty much education. I don't think his philosophy was that education should be limited to Yoruba. I don't believe that. But if there's any new information or better information that I don't know about, I would like to see it. Anyway, let's get our next guest up here. We've hit 1 hour already, and these days are the only 1 day, 1 hour, but we'll see how far I can push this show, and we go from there. Anyway, Oluwa Pancho, make we see... All right, thank you, Oluwa Pancho, for joining. I greet you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Good afternoon, my brother.
All right.
So like, me, I wasn't really into this kind of things lately, until like after the election, and I just seen a barrage of Igbo people spilling out their hate towards Yoruba people, and then I started getting falling into this little trap of, you know the names. They go out there and they say all kinds of things to Yoruba people, and hatred, threats, all kinds of stuff. And I think what you said about things that is going on in Lagos, I feel like because my uncle, and he told me this before, he was a minister in Igbo land, and you know, he told me it was hard for him to even get a land in Igbo land.
Mm.
So it's like you guys are trying to tell us to do something that you guys don't follow.
Okay.
Somebody from Abia State cannot be one in office in Anambra State, but you come to Yoruba land and want to start getting involved in politics. You want to start getting involved in the local stuff. You and my thing is that it's not only Igbo people that is in Lagos,
Mm.
but the Yorubas have a problem with Igbo people.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because and I think mostly it's because of just respect.
Mm.
It's just respect. We are all in this Nigeria. We want to protect our Yoruba culture.
Okay.
We want to protect our Yoruba culture. We want to protect our Yoruba people.
Okay.
You know, things that will not do in your state, please don't come and do it in my state.
All right. Make I cut you there and just I push back on a few things that you've said so far. You said the hate, in your opinion, that you started seeing the hate after.
From me.
Yeah, you started seeing the hate after the elections, the 2023 elections, I'm guessing. But, this animosity, I don't think it started just post the election. It's predated the elections. Not be today where this animosity started. I don't know that you agree that.
Yes, I agree. For me personally.
Okay.
But it's not like hate.
Okay.
We know that the older generation they're just not, something has happened where the trust is gone.
Okay.
And and I keep emphasizing that it's not only Igbos in Lagos. There's Hausas in Lagos. There's everybody in Lagos.
Yeah.
Apart from just Igbos. But it's just like the disrespect. I think with them, from what I hear, what they say, it's just the disrespect, the encroaching, asking somebody to do something in your land, what they won't accept in their land.
All right.
Like
Let's get into it, because we are just having like vague. You're making vague statements, and you've said the hate after elections. Make we push that one aside because we've talked about it already. And now you're saying people getting involved, like Igbos don't allow people getting involved in politics in Igbo land, and then in Yoruba land, Igbos want to get involved in politics. Now, let me ask you a very objective question. So when you say your uncle who grew up in Aba and he wasn't able to buy a land, we'll talk about that briefly. So are you saying...
Not Aba.
Where?
I think
Igbo land. All right,
so
Igbo land.
Igbo land. Yeah.
Somewhere in Igbo land.
Yeah.
So are you saying...
He was working for the ministry.
All right, hear me out. He was working for the ministry somewhere in Igbo land, right? I'm guessing federal ministry, correct?
Federal ministry, yes.
All right, okay. So here's the thing now. In Lagos, people are selling their lands, right? That's the case, right? It's not like Igbos are coming there and grabbing those lands. Is that the case?
For sure.
Igbos are grabbing the lands?
No. They're selling the lands, yes.
Okay, so why is that a problem if an Igbo man has cash and somebody wants to sell? An Igbo man has cash and that person agrees to sell without any duress, no threat, nothing. You sold it to the person. Why is that a problem? And now let's go back to Igbo land. You claim that Igbos don't want to sell their land. So how is it that the Igbo man, for some reason, he sees somebody has cash and he still doesn't want to sell to the person, and for some reason he holds on to his land?
That's what my uncle told me.
Okay. Your uncle could be lying, though. Your uncle could be lying.
Hold on, let me explain. So he said that they wasn't trying to sell him the land. And my thing is that at the end of the day, it's not like he was trying to live there. He was just working there.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to have a place to stay. But he was renting. He wanted to build a place. But my thing is that things that you won't accept in Igbo land,
okay,
you want us to accept in Yoruba land.
So what is this thing? Because it's just vague. Okay. You're saying, so what is this thing?
If I move, okay, have you heard of that representative that in Lagos, one Igbo representative that sent people abroad? Have you heard about that story?
Tell me about it.
He was I don't know what his position was. I don't know if somebody can tell me in the comment section. So he sent a few people abroad, and he sent mostly Igbos in Lagos. So this is the thing. Me as a Yoruba man, I can never have a position in Igbo land in politics. And I wouldn't even want to go. If I say I move to any of those states, I wouldn't even want to even get involved Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, but let me come in here because I think we're still talking about things that are just very vague, right? I want to stick on the land because here is the thing, and this is a very simple thing that I would hope that you can understand, right? And so that we can move forward.
Okay.
You want to sell a land. You're a Lagosian. You're an indigene. You're a native of Lagos. You want to sell a land, and you say this land is X amount of naira. An Igbo man says, I have X amount of naira. Are you going to sell? Yoruba man, Lagos man says, yes. Here is the land. Here is the document. He takes it.
It's not about, my brother, it's not about selling land. You're missing my point.
But you mentioned that, though. You mentioned that.
Listen. I understand what you're saying, but we don't mind. They are not. It's not just Igbos in Lagos. There are Lebanese in Lagos.
So what is the point here? So you're saying so Igbo man buying land in Lagos is disrespectful?
No. The disrespecting the people thing. Disrespecting the people
by buying land.
Not by buying land.
What exactly now? Tell us the thing.
The stuff that they were saying, for me personally,
okay,
other people have their grievances. After the election, the nonsense that they were saying online.
Okay, so we've somehow come to some type of agreement on the land issue.
Yeah, no,
okay.
For sure.
Make we move to politics. Let's move to politics. So you said you've said this a few times now that you can never get a position in Igbo land,
and
right?
I won't want one.
Okay, and that's okay if you don't want one. That's okay.
That's disrespectful.
Come on now.
That's disrespectful. Why would I want to lead Igbo people in their land?
Why not? If you have the popularity,
I don't want to.
Okay, that's for you though. So if an Igbo man wants to do it, why is that a problem for you?
No, because it's like everybody has an unwritten. See,
before you understand what I'm saying. We are all Nigerians. Okay. You say you don't want to lead Igbo people. No problem. That's a very good, that's your moral. That's okay. Igbo man wants to govern somewhere else. Why is that a problem?
No, hey, Kechi, you're my guy. I respect you. You get what I'm saying? I do. But on this one, if I ever find myself in the East, I will never, ever even have the mind to say I want to lead Igbo people.
Because you don't have the popularity.
I won't even have the mind, my brother.
It's not about mind. Politics is about popularity. It's not about mind. Politics now popularity, not be mind.
I understand what you're saying, but my brother, it's even for my respect aspect. Like, okay, this is my ancestral home.
Okay.
Why should I have some kind of position on somebody else? Like, for example, somebody in Anambra State cannot lead in Ebonyi State.
Okay. But let me put it like this, right? Let me put it like this. You live in Anambra, you live in Oka, you've seen some issues that are wrong in Oka. Maybe the drainage system, there are a lot of gutters, open gutters, and you want a drainage system where it's covered. You live in Oka, and you know that you have the popularity, and if you get into the House of Assembly in Anambra State, you'll be able to change that. You'll be able to pass laws that would make because that's where you live, that's where your children are born, were born, that's where your family is. You have, community there, and you're popular there. So you're saying you wouldn't want to get into politics and change that.
My brother, it sounds good that you're saying it, but we know Nigeria is not like that.
Maybe that's what the Igbo man is saying and wants to get into politics in those places, right?
Nigeria is not like that. There's no region in Nigeria.
I'm giving you objective things. You're giving me things that are.
I'm just saying it sounds good for you to say it.
Okay.
I cannot go up north and do that. I can't go to the south and do that.
Okay.
I can't go to Edoland and do that. I can't go to the middle. It sounds good that you're saying it.
And in your opinion, is disrespectful.
Yeah, for me personally, if I find myself somewhere, I want the people to talk for themselves. I'm just there to do what I need to do.
I guess that's why they say our diversity makes us stronger, right? You see how they reason. You see how they reason. Me, if I go somewhere and I see something no good, if I can, I would want to change it. But you say no, I'll just leave and make the people made and just arrange it, and that's okay. That's okay, right?
It's not like I don't. Okay, for example, like the situation you said, I will use my money and fix it. But to get involved, let's say, okay, now because of I've had enough people here, and now I want to get into their politics. I just feel like that's a bridge too far. And Yorubas, Yorubas are the only one that even will allow the thought of it.
It's not.
In
It's
any
not.
other
Stop.
region,
Let's stop it, please. Let's stop
where
it.
other region will accept that?
Listen, I don't have the data, but if we go deep dive now
Give me
and
another
see it,
region.
if you go for north,
but
if you go for north, you go still see Igbo people where still they hold offices there. If you go for
Where?
south, you go still see Igbo people where they hold offices there. And it's not just Igbo people. If I want to go and find that data now, I go still see Yoruba person where hold office for Igbo land. So let's not do that.
I'm not talking about federal.
Not federal. I'm talking about political
talking about
office.
state,
I'm talking about
state.
political office.
Political office as in what? Like working in the ministry or working in the
Political office is not ministry now. Political as an elected political office. Elected political office.
That Yorubas in the
Absolutely. I can bet my money on that one. I can bet my money on that one. If I go find the data now, I go find one Yoruba person. All right.
Can't even try it.
All right. But Oluwa Pancho, we need to move forward, though, and I appreciate you for joining.
But we go bet, so don't try it.
If I'm a betting man, let me put it that way. If I'm a betting man, let me put it that way. I hate to lose money, I'm not going to lie, but I appreciate you, my brother, for joining.
Right,
Thank you so much. Easy. All right. 1 hour, 17 minutes. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Anthony Ogunleke. Make we bring Anthony Ogunleke. All right. Let's see. All right, Mr. Anthony, thank you for joining.
Yeah, Kachi.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, all right, Kachi.
Yes.
All right. I've been listening to your analysis since you've started this program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, you said okay. Yeah, you said you were born in Port Harcourt and you stay in Port Harcourt, all those stuff, which is good, If you look at this rhetoric that is coming up now, if you want to be sincere to yourself, you will see that Yoruba have never reacted like this ever before. Never.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's not do that now. This animosity has been around. This animosity has been around.
Okay. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to have any confrontation back and front.
Let's put it this way. My show is a show where I like to have conversation. Right. If you call it back and front, I would have to leave. I go need to drop you because you don't come here to control my show. They tell me, say, you don't want to get back and front. This is my show. I'm running it how I want to run it. No, if you're not comfortable with it, let's be respectful and drop now.
All right. So let's say, okay, let's see how it goes now.
Okay.
Well, what I'm saying is this. You said, Yoruba, why can't Yoruba take Dangote's refinery these days where you do your analysis?
Okay, I didn't say that, my brother. I didn't say that. I made reference. I didn't. It's your problem if that is what you heard. That is not my problem. What I said is on record. Later I go cut them. Everybody go hear what I say, and I'm going to repeat it. Okay. Your brother Temi Okonlowo say one day we go take all the businesses for Lagos, and I'm saying what of Dangote own? You want to take Dangote business too? That's what I said.
Okay, so
if you heard something else, that is your problem. I'm not responsible for what you heard. You see what I'm saying? But what I said is on record.
But now you bring this guy's what he said to the program. Now you want to analyze on it that this is what this guy said against Igbo. That's what you are saying now. That's what you are trying to analyze on.
All right, let's get back to the topic, my brother. What do you think about this topic in Nigeria? This animosity between Igbo and Yoruba.
That's what I'm trying to say, but you don't want me to go further.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
You can see the problem. Okay, I agree with you that, okay, let's say the problem has been there for long, right? Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, now, I agree with you with that. Now, but Yoruba never put attention on it. I'm telling you the reality, what's on ground now. So Yoruba started pay attention on what's on ground about Igbo. When Nnamdi Kanu started all this nonsense that he said they should kill our leaders. Oh, sorry, on the talk. They should pay our leaders.
Thank you for correcting that.
That's when Yoruba pay attention. You get what I'm saying now?
Okay.
So the problem started from when Nnamdi Kanu go on the broadcasting every day and night kicking against our leaders, even including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Go and listen to what Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching.
I know. I'm someone who covers Nnamdi Kanu, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But still, I'm still of the opinion that this rhetoric, this animosity, it predates Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu is the person that put it on mainstream, but it predates Nnamdi Kanu. It didn't start because Nnamdi Kanu started saying those inflammatory things. By Oba of Lagos, by Tinubu, by this one. It didn't start because of that. It predates him. That's the point I'm making. So if you want to make the opinion, if you want to make your argument and say that's when it started, I think that's quite disingenuous.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I said I have agreed with you that, okay, this animosity has been there since. I told you that I agree with you with that already, right? But when Nnamdi Kanu now go on broadcasting, started preaching against Yoruba and our leaders, that is when the Yoruba people, Yoruba youth, Yoruba girls, women, man, now pay attention. That's what I'm saying now. You don't get what I'm saying now.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, something is coming against Yoruba race. Because we can't joke with our leaders. That's the reality. That's what I'm saying. So now, when the 2023 now came over for election, when Labour was able to win Lagos State, so Igbo carried on their head that, they have gained the political power. Even before they announced the result, they are already bringing their IPOP flag to Lagos State. Install it. I'm telling you the reality.
Okay.
That's why Yoruba people now started paying attention that, we put something under our bed that is eating us.
Okay. Again, when you agree with me that yes, this animosity predates Nnamdi Kanu, it predates the election, the 2023 election result. When you agree with me, you still go further again to say that is when Yoruba people started taking it seriously. But it has been in existence already. How are you saying
let me tell you something. That's what I'm saying. Now, let me now tell you. What I'm saying is that for Yoruba to pay attention on it and work on the problem is that, even what we are saying before that time, it has been existence, Yoruba still put, overlook it, still moving on, do normal thing with Igbos, everything together, we don't care. We are giving you houses, you want to buy land, no problem. We are selling land to other people. You know what I'm saying? So we don't put it as a serious issue. That's what I'm saying. We don't pay attention on it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We still have a relationship to Igbo as normal Nigerian, even including other tribes in Lagos. So when we now take notice of is that when we now see that Igbo now want to face Yoruba in a negative way, that's when we started pay attention. Then we have to react back because Yoruba is not a coward. We know what we are doing.
All right, hear me out. Right, I can't give you the specific words because I don't want to misquote her. The wife of the president has said some really inflammatory things towards Igbo people. She has said really inflammatory things towards Igbo people, right? Can Igbo people now say, it's because of what she said that we started doing what we are doing? Would that be a fair thing for Igbo people to say?
Thank you. Let me answer your question for that.
Please.
I told you now, Nnamdi Kanu go into radio broadcasting that there's a part Tinubu, which is his own husband.
But I'm asking. She didn't say that as a response to Nnamdi Kanu. She said that out of the sweetness of her. You want to blame everything on. Okay.
Listen. Nnamdi Kanu has already made a message.
Okay.
And the Igbo people are working along with it. So the election time.
So here's a good thing. Here's the thing, right? Because this show, I don't want to have a pause, like a long pause and do research and all that good stuff. So maybe I'm going to do more research on the date or the time where the president wife talk within she talk, and then compare it to
the election. It was during election time.
It definitely wasn't 2023. It definitely wasn't 2023.
It's 2023.
But
it's during election time. I know
but if you hear me out though, because I don't have the information, I'm saying, let me go do my research, and then maybe I'm going to have this.
I'm telling you. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, let me say this. I'll take your word for it. How about that? But I still need to do my research. Is that
All
fair?
right, catch it.
Okay, is that
All right,
fair?
catch it.
I'll take your word for
right,
it,
catch it.
but I still need to do my
All right,
research.
catch it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony. We need to move forward now. I really appreciate you.
All right.
All right, thank you.
If that's what you want to allow me to, because I still have some stuff to tell you that need Yoruba to be reacting like this. Yes.
I mean,
I still have a lot of points I want to give to you.
all right. I mean, I think it's still gonna be the
Because when you give somebody a privilege to survive in a land, to
Okay.
also make your money, and you are trying to drag a land with that person that Lagos is no man's land. What kind of nonsense is that? Can you go to Port Harcourt? You are not. I know you are from either Abia, something like that. Can you go to Port Harcourt today and tell them that Port Harcourt is no man's land?
all right. Hear me out.
You think they are not going to react?
Hear me out on this. The saying of Lagos is no man's land, right? I think that was wrong. I think that was wrong. And I also think that I'm not going to say, oh, but it gets how. I'm not going to go into context and semantics and nuances. I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm going to say, I think it was wrong. I think it was Jaja Wanchuku that once said it, back in the day. I think it was wrong.
Okay.
Period. Right?
All right.
However, when you say things like, when I give you the privilege, you're not giving me a privilege. I'm a Nigerian. The Constitution protects me.
Listen,
The Constitution
it's a privilege.
protects me. You're not giving me a privilege. The Constitution protects me
All right.
to go to live and reside anywhere in Nigeria. So you're not giving me a
All right.
privilege. Do you understand
All
that
right.
though?
Now-
It's not a
Now, let me
privilege.
now tell you something. Oh, Kachi, let me now tell you something. Right now I'm talking to you. I'm in United States of America, right?
Okay.
They give me privilege to come. Listen, they give me
Because
privilege
you're
to
a
come here to
Nigerian, that
survive.
one a privilege. I'm
Listen.
talking about me being a
Listen.
Nigerian. It's not a privilege to
doesn't-
go live in Lagos.
Okay. When you say that, according to the Constitution of Nigeria,
Uh-huh.
the land belongs to the state, not federal government.
Okay.
Go and look at your.
Okay.
Go and look at our Constitution. anyway.
Okay,
The
I
land
hear you.
belongs
I
to the
hear you
state.
on that one. Okay,
Go
but
and do your
now,
research for that.
the Constitution also protects me as a citizen of Nigeria to reside
protects
wherever I
you.
want to reside.
Fine.
It
Reside,
does.
and
It protects
you
me.
must respect the land. You must respect the landowner.
All
You
right.
must respect the landowner.
Let's talk about.
That's what the law says.
Let's talk about.
But yes,
let's
look at it.
all right.
You must respect the landowner.
Take it easy. Take it easy, my brother.
right.
Mr. Anthony.
All right, bro.
Make it be as if me and you the fight, right? Because at the end of the day, we still be brothers. We all be Nigerians until maybe
I love you so much. I love you
until
so
maybe
much.
one day Yoruba Patriots go win. Come out from. But as far as now, me and you still be brothers, right? But here's the thing.
All right.
Here's the thing, right? Our Constitution protects us. Me, you,
Yes.
you as a Yoruba man, to go to wherever you want to go to in Nigeria and reside there. That's a
Right.
fact. I'm not
Right.
making it up, right?
Right.
Right? I'm not making
And
it
then
up.
the law too. The Constitution still, when you go to anywhere, you get to respect the land that
All right.
you have.
Let's talk
You get to
about
respect that land.
make we talk about respect and disrespect, and we'll go use that one end. So when you talk about respecting the land, what are the specifics?
Okay, what I'm saying is that you need to follow, like one of contributors said in north part of the country, they said, okay, we want Syria, right? So I cannot be living there today as a Yoruba man in north, and I say, oh, I don't want Syria. I don't. So that means I'm disrespecting them because that is what they want.
Absolutely. That's a very good point. That's a very good
Exactly,
point.
that's what I'm telling
That
you.
is a very good point. The law in northern Nigeria, Sharia day for some areas, right? Now, in Lagos, is there Sharia?
There's no Sharia.
So what is this
But
law?
what I'm saying
What is
is-
this law? What is this law that Igbos are
So-
breaking in Lagos?
Okay, listen. Because when we look at what's as a constituents of your land, you must know what's going on with your land. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Okay. For instance, now, when we look at the rate of insecurity in Yoruba land today, we know who carry ahead. That is making our state ungovernable.
I'll give you a small information here, and you can go do your research. There is no place in this world
All right.
where it no be the natives where they commit the most crime, because you know why? The natives are the most in that area. So when you look at it per capita, the natives must always they commit the most crime. There's nowhere in this world. If you go China, now Chinese people they commit the most crime for China. If you come Nigeria, Nigerians they commit the most crimes for Nigeria.
Go
If
and
you
do your research.
what is the research?
Go and
What?
do your research.
Okay, tell me.
In Lagos State today,
Yeah.
in Lagos State today, we know the people who carry a lot of insecurity
All
in
right,
our land.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question that can really be quantified. So you're telling me that if you go to Ikoyi prison now Igbo people now full Ikoyi prison.
I trust. Go there. Go and check.
All right. Maybe we'll go look for that data. But I appreciate you.
Just go there and check.
I appreciate you, my brother. We're gonna need to move forward at this point, though. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony. I appreciate you. But hey, man, now conversations we have here, we're not here to do, I don't have time for back and front. No, this is my show. I go run them how I want to run them. If you call it back and front or back and forth, that is okay. But me, I call them conversation. Because at the end of the day, now like these people, they talk for beer parlor, right? At the end of the day, this is how you discuss in the beer parlor. So why is it that you come here, you tell me you don't want to do back and forth? We must do that back and forth, whether you like it or not, because you came here. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here. We are 1 hour 30 minutes. We don't do 1 hour 30 minutes. I don't know. We've spoken to a few Yoruba people. I never see any Igbo person where they request Akara Iwe. I don't know if Akara Iwe na Igbo. The name sound like Igbo person. But make we talk with one Igbo person. Let me bring up Akara Iwe. I know they pronounce it well, but Akara Iwe. Anyway. All right.
You make fun of my name now.
I'm sorry, my brother. You be Igbo person. Are you from? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Igbo, Delta State. Igbo.
Okay. How's the name pronounced, please? How do you say your name? Say?
Akara Iwe.
Akara Iwe. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Akara Iwe. Thank you for joining. Make we hear your thoughts on the topic.
Okay. So on my some people will say I did a little biased because I'm Igbo, but the thing is, when you check Nigeria, every region have their own problem. But with the Yorubas, I feel there are more, this xenophobia thing is more embedded into them, no matter the excuse they give.
All right.
Because the previous person.
Make we just turn them down a little bit, because if I don't know how long you've been here, there's that xenophobia, even though it's kind of like the catch line there, right? But xenophobia can only be used for people who be foreigners, right? We're all Nigerians, xenophobia can't technically be used, Nigeria, even though that line, they're very thin and it could be crossed or whatever, right? But I hear you, if you just want to use a different word and just tone it down for the sake of the conversation.
Okay. I'll give you one example.
Please.
I was born and brought up in Asaba.
Okay.
You understand? I'm a full Delta boy. So now the other person was saying, if you come to Asaba from Headbridge, going Benin, once you hit Abraka Fleet Station, when the road divide, all that right side from Obinakweze, Akwebulu, Jarrett, Kebu, all those areas is governed by Hausa councillors. That all that area is a massive space of land, all the way to traffic lights, down to River Niger. You understand? Asaba people hands up for them, because why? When Mongo Park, and it's a lot of history. So Hausa people predominantly dominate the full Kebu, Jarrett, Akwebulu, Obinakweze, all those areas.
And the reason is simple. They are popular.
They are more in population there.
Right. That's the simple reason, right? It's not a matter of now who popular, they win election. It's just what it is, right?
So when the previous Yoruba guy come in, they talk about that a Yoruba man cannot go to another state and be elected representative or whatever. It's because they are not. If they are much in that, if they are much in population in that area, they can compete for
absolutely.
An office.
And I made that known to him. It's not about your moral. It's about popularity. If you're popular, you can win elections.
Palace, for instance,
when
you go to Agor Palace area, for instance, in Lagos, there are more Igbos there. But if an Igbo man should become a whatever office there, it shouldn't be out of ordinary, and Yoruba people should not take it as Igbo is, want to take over Lagos. This idea of once you see a particular group of people And it's just only Igbo that they are just so obsessed with this. Because other tribe will do it and they will not say anything. You understand? When you hear Ezendibo in Lagos, whatever, it will be like, oh, Igbo people do this. There is still a Yoruba king in Oka, Anambra State. And Igbo people don't care. Because it don't even change anything. You understand? So sometimes when I hear some Yoruba people talk, I wonder why they think the way they think. Because they look at once it concerns Igbo, look at this cup that the female Nigerian female players go to. They use Yoruba attire as their distinct, as their arrival clothes. When Peace Airline announced in this thing, just small Isiago that
private,
they used
and
to
that's a private business, by the way.
The Yoruba people took it out of proportion. Oh, it's not Igbo Airline, or is this? But imagine a national team using Yoruba attire. No news made it anything. Nobody took it out of proportion. It was normal attire. Everybody took it normal. You understand? And nobody argued about it. Nobody even heard it. You understand? But a private-owned business used Igbo attire just to put a little style. You understand? To his business. Yoruba push it. It was like, oh, we're not going to enter this plane again. This one, do this one. So sometimes when they come to defend something that is very undefensible, I'll be like, how do you guys think? You understand? So the previous guy now, they talk about Igbos not respecting the law. What law from the state?
And I asked him, he couldn't answer that question as well.
Yeah, there's no law there.
What is the law? Because he pointed out Sharia in the north. I'm like, okay, is there Sharia in Lagos? He said no. Okay, what is the law that Igbos are violating in Lagos or in Yorubaland?
No law.
Crickets, right? But
and the no man's land they talk about is not even Igbo man that introduced that word. It was a Yoruba man.
I mean, it can be disputed timeline and all that good stuff, but regardless of who talking first, I'm going to admit and say, okay, I think that is not a nice thing to say, because Lagos is an ancestral land of Yoruba people. So it's what it is. I'm not going to go into the nuance and the semantics and all that good stuff. It's what it is. Make we live on my soul, right? But I hear you.
So that's my own contribution to that.
All right.
It's no matter how you try to paint it, the Yorubas, they already have it in them. That it's like a competition. When Igbo wasn't, like during the Biafra, when Igbo wasn't among, it was between them and Hausa, the Northerners. Yoruba carve out their own. They don't have competition because they're more educated to their counterparts. And the counterpart was into military, just they go. So when Igbo came in, it becomes, oh, these people, they know what we know. We cannot, it seems like they have these agitative feelings of these people are coming now to compete with us. We were good with these people. You understand? That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
All right, fair enough. And thank you, my brother Akariwe. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. Again, because I'm agreeing with a lot of things you say, that's why you're talking longer and you're having more talk time and all that good stuff. But I appreciate you. Make we move the show and get hopefully our last guest here and call it a day. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
All right, bro.
All right, we'll go bring another Igbo person here, and I see another Igbo person here. We'll go bring Martina Amarachi Ononiwu. Let's bring her up and hear her thoughts on this topic, and we'll go use this one and end the show.
Hi, Kachi. How are you doing?
Hello,
Good
Martina. I
evening.
greet you. Good evening. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me go with the prompt. In Nigeria, are Igbos welcome in Yorubaland?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. They are very, very, very welcome in Yorubaland. I feel like this conversation, it is a lot of media people that try to blow these things out of proportion. Kachi, in the 80s, I'm an 80s baby, so I'm 44, right? This year. In the 80s, when you give birth to a child and you are from the Igbo family, you will see that your Yoruba neighbor will still come and give you a Yoruba name. Like me, my Yoruba name is Oluwakemi. So we were living harmoniously. There was nothing like this is not your land, this is your land, or whatever. Our parents will go. My mom was a police officer. She will go to work. They will keep me in my neighbor's house, Yatobi. In fact, that I know God today is my neighbor, Pastor Aremu of Foursquare Gospel Church. And so this was how we lived. We were not living like, oh, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you're all those kind of things. And it continued way until now. In fact, I ran for House of Representative in Abia State. I was originally supposed to run it for First Stack. And my Yoruba people were pushing me to come. First Stack people, or all those people were like, Omo, you are very popular. You are the best. You go do this thing. Do one for this area. It was still my Igbo people that say, hey, how can you go and be a governor, House of Representative in Abia, in Lagos State? You think you will win? You will not win. Why should you go to? I said, but that is where I grew up, and people know me there. They've seen my work. They said, no, come and do it in Abia State. I went to do it in Abia State. I know still win. Why did I use this as an example? I'm using it based off of one-on-one situation. People will say, oh, but that's just you. The same way the examples we see online is a handful of people. Now, how are we not welcome? Who has trade fair? Who has Mandalas? Who has Alaba International? These are Igbo people that are doing business there. If you go to these places, you can count the Yoruba businesses that are there. If you go to the banks, I worked in the bank in these places. Our banks, when 6 o'clock, bank don't close. Who is bringing money? Igbo people. We stay there till 8 counting their money because the traders want their monies to be there. This is one example. And it's on so many levels. You have Ohaneze Ndibo, the owner, the Ohaneze of trade fairs, and Igbo man, Chikoke Ozibe. You are Mandela, the car dealers, many things. These port authorities, all these places, and that you don't know about it is not a problem. Or the ignorance is not an excuse. Yeah. But Igbo people are welcome. Now, why do we have all these? Oh, Igbo people are not welcome in Yorubaland. It's because many people don't understand what's happening. If you count the number of Igbo people in the parliament in Yorubaland, in the State House Assembly, you have more Igbos in the State House Assembly in Yorubaland than you do in the Igbo land. And as much as we do have them, Enugu has a lot of Igbo, Yoruba people in their cabinet, but they're only a handful. You have more of Igbos working in high and mighty places in Lagos, enjoying in Lagos. And you see, because we just look at only the top, we forget the middle operational operators of these businesses. So Nigerian Port Authority, who is the contractor, is an Igbo man. The person who is giving, so many of these things that you are saying is not Igbo oriented, Igbo men are the ones manning these things. Who is Dangote's manager in Igbo land? That you don't do your research to understand this. It's not an excuse, but it's laughable to say that, oh, Igbos are not welcome. We've always been welcome, and we the youth should not start spreading these things.
Absolutely. All right. Let me pause you for a minute, right?
Yes.
I'm not here buttressing, even though that's the title, that's the title, but I'm not here saying, oh, Igbos are not welcome. It's a question. And the question goes further based on a specific guy, Temi Okonlowo, and the inflammatory things he's been saying. And that's the case. That's just the case study for today. I'm not out here saying, oh, Igbos are not welcome. And if you've heard the Yoruba people who have come here so far, they've said things like Igbos come to Lagos and disrespect Lagos, the culture and the laws and all that good stuff. That has been all the conversations we've been having so far, right? Yeah. But you're coming from a different angle, which is also very intelligent and smart. And I love it, right? You're pointing out how you almost ran in Lagos and Igbo people told you to go run in Abia State and all that good stuff, right? But here's the thing. The Yoruba people that came up earlier, they are against you running in Lagos. And I'm saying, why is that a problem? If I'm popular in Lagos, why shouldn't I run in Lagos? I don't believe that you have a problem with an Igbo person running in Lagos where you're popular. Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem.
Okay, but these people are against it. That's what I'm saying. That's the conversation that we're having.
Yes, the people who have come here, they are a handful. They do not represent the entire Yoruba entirety average of who can talk. So
and I said that too. And I said that too. And I said that
Yeah,
too. I
so
said if there is a poll of one of them was saying something like, "Oh, Yoruba people want only Yoruba to be spoken in Yorubaland," I'm like, okay, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. I don't think most Yoruba people want that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think both of us are agreeing on a lot of
yes,
things.
we
Okay.
agree on a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, my submission is it is online people. You know how Wizkid and Davido's fan will feel things. You know, Nnamdi Kanu and these people fan. It is just the people who don't have a lot of information and knowledge about these things that fuel this hate.
Absolutely.
Ideally, and you know why? It doesn't really matter because the joker is on you if you don't have information. It's just like you telling that guy, I'm not responsible for your interpretation. We're not responsible for you to not understand that the Igbos are welcome. We're not responsible for you to know. As I'm speaking to you now, many of you just don't know it. You only know Peter Obi versus Tinubu. There are many Igbos currently in this contest this time that are contesting in Lagos.
Absolutely.
As I'm speaking to you right now, a lot of Igbos are coming out for councillors, for chairman. I know more than 3. They might not be in my party, but I know 3 of them that I'm supporting in another party that are Igbos that are coming out for something in Lagos. So I don't know where we get these biases. If you're listening to me, you better change your friends and be with healthy people that understand these things.
Okay.
Because the joker is on you, you know. So with what he's saying, regarding what he's saying, let me tell you, even the comments that the president's wife makes, a lot of times people can take people out of context. Kachi, you agree with me? If you listen to the entire thing that the president's wife had said, you see where she was coming from. It's just like the Akara thing, where she used Akara. Most people did not watch the entire 9 minutes video. What they saw was 30 seconds. Right? If you now watch the 9 minutes video, you could see why she could have given that.
Let's leave Akara. Let's leave the Akara on, right? The one where she talk, and again, because I don't have the statement that she specifically made, so I'm not even going to make any comment on that. But I know it was somewhat inflammatory. Do you have that state? Do you have what she said so we can talk about it?
That is why I'm not. Okay. I don't have the entirety of that thing, so I don't know the context. Because a lot of Nigerians, many of them, they actually pick line and run. They don't.
But here's the thing too, and this is why when somebody brought up the Lagos is a no man's land, because again, I can go into the nuance, the semantics, and be like, oh, this is the context. But I don't want to get into it. I'm just going to condemn it as it is, face value. Okay, it wasn't a nice thing to say. I'm not going to go into the context. If somebody is being discriminatory, that person is being discriminatory. I'm not going to say, oh, she said it because Nnamdi Kanu said it. No, you should know better. You are a woman of position. You're a woman of power. Yeah. You should know better. Yeah. You're in public. You should do better. So I'm not going to go into context. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yes. Yeah. And it could happen. There are slips here and there, you know, after all the frustrations and everything. These things do happen. There are no excuses. We should hold them accountable for the things they say. But we will not just take one thing, because there are many things that Igbos have been saying against the Yorubas and how we have been trying to foil it.
And vice versa. And vice versa. It goes both ways.
Vice versa. It goes both ways. We could just excuse this thing. But the most important thing when we are having this conversation is to understand that no matter what we are trying to do, Nigeria is one.
Absolutely.
We are not going to break Nigeria.
Absolutely.
So whatever we do with this conversation is, you who is trying to break Nigeria, the joker is on you, because Nigeria is too big for it. You are just having wishful thinkings. Nigeria is not going to be broken. Nigeria is going to be a great country, and those of us that are in the land will favor us, whether you like it or not.
Yoruba patriots, are you listening to Martina? This country will never break. You will stay here. All of us will be brother and sister. Anya Nambra will continue to be my sister.
Facts. And earlier everybody start getting in.
Absolutely.
For us.
Absolutely.
And this is where everybody must get involved.
Absolutely.
In conversation, beer parlor conversations like this, in politics, in anything, get involved. Period.
Absolutely. Thank you, Martina. I really appreciate you, but make we move forward. I thank you so much for joining. All right. Thank you, Martina, again. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is the beer parlor, man. You know, the women need to come beer parlor, but this one, you know, she came in really hot. I really appreciate you, Martina. Thank you for joining. We go bring our last guest up here. Babaji, I see you. I go bring you up here. You go use you end the show. We're almost at 2 hours. We go use you end the show for today. And I really appreciate everybody where they're here. If you haven't followed me yet, still, please feel free to click the follow button and keep liking and get more people here to join the show. Anyway, Babaji, thank you for joining.
Beer Parlor, greetings to you. Greetings to everyone listening to me. I so much like this, your topic. And I would like to contribute my own quota to what you are discussing. I'm so glad with, you know, one thing is that if you invite people here, once somebody affiliate themselves to a particular political party, whether you like it or not, their bias is always going to reflect in the conversation. And you see that lady here, before you know it, immediately I was listening to her, and she just confirmed what I have towards her, that she's an APC member. So before, whether I like it or not, it's reflected in our conversation. But let me just go to the
okay. But hear me out, Baba J. Yeah, make we leave previous guests. We can refer to them, but not in specifics as far as the affiliations to party. Even though I think I know her to some level. I know she's in the APC, but we had. I think the conversation was still very. I think it was still a very good conversation, regardless of where she subscribed. Where her allegiance, if not allegiance, but her party, where her party day, right? It really doesn't matter. It's just about the conversations that we have, right? But I hear you, Baba J.
Yeah, so straight to the topic. Are Igbos welcome in Lagos? Yes, Igbos are very, very much welcome in Lagos. And it's not just Igbos being welcome in Lagos. Yorubas are also welcome in Igbo land.
Absolutely.
Hausas are also, if you go to Igbo land, we have so many hamlets we call Amawusa in the whole of Igbos. These are where Hausas people dominate. We welcome them. They do their business. They are fit to vote for whosoever political parties they want to vote for. So it's not as if maybe it's just Igbo thing that Yorubas are the one accommodating Igbo. So we also accommodate them. We sell land to them. So any person giving you that prejudice, preconceived notion, bias, it's just lies. So it is not one way. And why are we talking? Why are we focusing on Lagos? Lagos was once federal capital territory. It's just like Abuja, for instance. If you go to Abuja, Kachi, go to Abuja, we'll have so many Igbos living in Abuja.
Yeah.
Have you wondered why it's difficult for APC or to win Abuja, for instance? It's just because of we have large number of Igbos staying there. You and I know where an average Igbo man will always cast his vote. So that's why it's always very difficult. And that's why someone like P2B will tell you, yes, it's as if Abuja is his own base. Why? Because go to many ministries in Abuja. We have so many Igbos living there. So let us not look at it that the Yorubas are doing the Igbos a favor. People from the locals from Abuja, they can also tell you they are doing other Nigerians. Because if you go to Abuja, for instance, people from other tribes, they are like majority. So let us not come and start singing that Igbos are everywhere. Abuja is currently the federal capital territory.
Absolutely.
If you have that status, you should expect people from other tribes to come to your region.
Absolutely.
So until we all agree that fact, that you are not doing us a reach. And one thing again is that if you go to Igbo land, are you ready to compete with the Igbos? If you're not ready to compete with them in their land, stop saying that you are not welcomed.
And I gave that in this same instance somewhat to one of the callers earlier. You're like, oh, because Igbo people are more in other states, it means that those states are more accommodating. No, it's about competition. And do you see opportunity in Igbo land? If you don't want to come there and compete, then you can't say it's because people are not welcoming. No, that's not true. Fulani people full Igbo land, just like you also said, Amawusa, they're everywhere for Igbo land. Amawusa, where they do their business and stuff. The Fulani people and Igbo people, we have a lot of things in common. We need to stay one place. They go here and there, they go find where we go do business. It's just what it is. I'm not saying other people don't do business, but Igbo people and Fulani people are somewhat similar in that regard. But I hear you, Baba J.
Can I shock you? If you go to Igbo land, maybe places like let us use Gariki in Enugu, for instance. In the evening, you will see people selling agbo jedi. They've been able to. You can't. When it comes to herbal medicine, you can't compete with the Yorubas. When it comes to maybe things like tailoring, you can't compete with them. But when it comes to trade, commerce, in the whole of Nigeria, before you can compete with an average Igbo man, except maybe if you are into IT, we all know that Yorubas are thriving well in IT.
Yeah.
Go to banks, you will see many Yorubas doing well in banks. But you don't expect those people that are working in the banking industry to come to social media and start arguing with you that and they are not welcome, they are not this, they are not that. So any person telling you that Yorubas are not welcome in Igbo land, that person is just being myopic. That person has not even traveled. So I won't come and stand somebody saying they are doing you a favor.
Absolutely.
Igbos are everywhere. Because of that status of former capital territory, you should expect people from other tribes
to be
in
there.
your region.
Absolutely.
And again, Kachi, do you know that I lived in Lagos? An average person from Yoruba, an average Yoruba will see somebody from Calabar as Igbo. So it's not as if it is Igbos that are dominating somebody from South Side, they've classified every person, even Delta State, for instance, even somebody from Ikwere, somebody that will tell that I'm not Igbo, the person will answer Igbo name. They will just classify everybody as they are all Igbo people. You understand? So that is one thing that we also need to look into. So it's not as if maybe Igbos are everywhere. There are some people that are from South that they will tell you that they are not Igbos, but somebody from Southwest will just classify everyone as, because you are from the old Eastern region, you all are Igbos. But believe you me, are Yorubas welcoming? Yes, they welcome us. And again, Kachi, let me just say this before I drop.
Okay.
The issue we're having now started from 2023. Before now, if you've checked before now, we've never had a situation whereby somebody from Igbo and Yorubas will be competing for president of Nigeria. From 1999, it's either when Obasanjo was competing, he was competing with his fellow Olufalaye, a fellow Yoruba person. Yaradua was competing with Buhari, you know. But 2023 was Igbo versus Tinubu versus Peter Obi.
Yeah.
So it brought both Igbos and the Yorubas at loggerhead. And we've not been able to move. We've not moved
past
on.
it. Yeah.
And that's why I also blame.
That's a very fair point. Yeah.
Yes, because that's why I also blame the president. Because before now, we've never had it this bad. Do you know that as someone that lives in Lagos, we have so many, to tell you how welcoming that the Igbos are in Lagos. We have so many people from Igbo extraction competing for, be it councillor, be it even up to a House of Representatives.
Yep.
And the Yorubas will support you. I'm talking about they will support you.
Yeah.
But because of this 2023 election, that will have somebody from their own son is contesting for president, so, and Igbo's son is also contesting for president. So, you know, we've not been able to manage it. And that is the main issue, even up to this moment. So leave all these things that people are saying, Igbos are not welcome, all this bingoism, bigotry. It's just because of the fact that we've not been able to move past 2023 election.
Absolutely.
And believe you me, 2031, by the time that is not, because by power rotation, by 2031, it is assumed that somebody from the north is going to become president.
Yeah.
So by then, we won't see Igbos and Yoruba person contesting. So I believe that all this whole argument, Igbo this, Yoruba this, you get what I mean.
Yep, I definitely get you.
But from now till that January that election will hold, Kachi will never start. You see this gas boost?
Absolutely.
The tempo is still going to increase. I love Yoruba people. Yorubas love Igbo's people. So we shouldn't come and start. It's just politics. All these are just politics.
It is politics. I definitely agree with you. But there are people who, even after the politics, then go still carry the same idea they go. Like this guy will be our case study today. Temi Okon Lomo. That guy, I don't see him changing after 2027. You know, I think he's still going to carry that mindset. Him and the Yoruba patriot people, right? But anyway, Baba J, I really appreciate you joining today and sharing your thoughts. We go call him a day now because we almost hit 2 hours. We are 1 hour, 58 minutes. And I thank everybody that joined today. When I know they do now the Bia Palo podcast, now the topics where they did for borderline, now we they talk about. If it's not on the borderline, we go really, really boring. So the ones will be like palm oil and tomatoes and 10,000 jobs created in Abia State. By the way, if you were on my show yesterday, thank you for joining. And if you're here today, please feel free to give me a follow. And you can like if you want to like, even though we are almost at the end of the show. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Kachi, and I'm the host of the Bia Palo Show. Until next time, peace.